Welcome to the USA Breaking News on 20th April 2026. The Strait of Hormuz escalation. The US Navy-guided missile destroyer UCC Spawns intercepted and seized an Iranian frigate, the cargo ship the Tuska in the Gulf of Oman. The President Trump stated the ship was fired upon after ignoring warning to stop causing a hole in the engine room. Iran's response: Tehran has labeled the seizure an act of piracy and direct violation of the ceasefire. Iran's Joint Military Command, Qassam, vowed a swift retaliatory strikes against USA military interests. Intelligence exposures area today. Israel's Mossad, IDF, and Shin Bet released a joint statement exposing widespread Iranian terror network. The network reportedly targeted Israel officials and assets in countries including Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Turkey. A massive aerial interception. Ukraine's air defense reported a major success overnight, shooting down 113 out of 142 Russian drones launched across northern, southern, and eastern regions. Debris was found at 60 sites, though impacts were recorded at 18 locations. Strikes on Topsy Ukrainian drone attack targeted the strategic Topsy export terminal on the Black Sea. For the second time in a week, the strikes ignited multiple fires at the Rosneft on the Livni and resulted in at least one fatality. Casualty toll. Ukraine's general staff reported that Russian combat losses increased by 1,015 personnel over the last 24 hours, bringing the estimated total since February 2022 to over 1.3 million. Equipment losses remain high, with 72 Russian artillery system reportedly destroyed in a single day. Operation Shifts analyst from the Institute for the Study of War, ICW, noted that Ukraine has achieved a significant drone advantage on the battlefield, performing over 11,000 combat missions daily. This technological aid is credited with starring Russian advances in the Pakrovsky sector. Islamabad talks. In Alrimbo, IUC delegation is scheduled to arrive in Rawalpindi, Pakistan today for the second round of high-stakes negotiation. However, Iran's foreign minister stated they currently have no plans to attend following the maritime clash. Though they have not officially ruled out of participation. The Isaac Accords. While visiting Israel, Argentina President Javier Milei signed onto the Isaac Accords, new framework aimed at deepening security ties between Israel and Latin American nations. A UN Security Council briefing. The UN Security Council is holding an open briefing on Ukraine this afternoon. The meeting was requested following large-scale Russian aerial attacks on Dnipro and other urban centers area this month. A German-Ukrainian partnership, a new strategic declaration between Berlin and Kyiv, was highlighted today, confirming Germany as Ukraine's most vital bilateral partnership in 2026. Efforts are currently focused on the joint production of anti-ballistic missile systems and long-range drones. Antalya Diplomacy Forum, a foreign meeting over the weekend in Turkey. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy and his Turkish counterparts concluded the discussion on managing global uncertainty, though no formal breakthrough on ceasefire was announced. In India, amidst political frictions, opposition leader filed a formal complaint with the Election Commission on April 19th, alleging PM Modi's latest address violated the model codes of conduct, while the political arena heats up. A cultural silence has fallen following the passing of Asha Bihoso, one fellow artist remarked the voice that defined 8 decades of Indian cinema has finally found its rest. In North Korea, after the April 20 launch of multiple short-range missiles, the seventh day of the year, Tokyo issued a storm warning Japanese officially, but the move likely escalation that threatened the fragile stability maintained since the new year. In Bulgaria, exit poll from the April 19th election, the 8th since 2021, shows a center-left surge supporter in Sofia will hit chanting 8 is enough, reflecting the desperate hope for a stable government following the mass protest of October 2025. In United Kingdom, following the arson attacks on Kenton United Synagogue on April 18, London Mayor Sadiq Khan asserted this act of hate a calculated attempt to fracture our city's soul. Simultaneously, Luma suggested that Prime Minister Starmer may reschedule his cabinet by this Friday to stem high-profile staff departures. In Angola, during April 20, Mass in Rwanda, Pope Leo delivered a stirring homily. Peace is not the absence of war, but the presence of justice and hope for an unified future. In Nigeria, following the Barrister abduction on April 17, parents of missing students held in vigil today. A community leader told a reporter, "Our roads have become corridor of fear. We cannot wait for tomorrow to secure our trade lane." In Australia, Defense Minister Richard Marles held today $7 billion a contract with Japan as the cornerstones of Indo-Pacific security for the next 50 years. The first steel for the new warship is expected to be cut by December 2026. Thank you for watching.